And we're recording.
Oh, that's the perfect way to fucking start. We got the
Every show you burp at the beginning.
I either burp or I do that, or I'm
Every
doing both
show.
this time.
We're gonna make a burp compilation.
We can't afford an intro jingle. It's just me burping. Okay, you guys should know that by now.
I was telling you, Phil, I want to see if I can get that guy to animate our intro. Maybe he can do a jingle. And it's going to be you burping, like Mario Paint. It's going to be different notes of you burping.
No, because we have the three balls that are the nose, like the logo that we have, which is right. Hold on, right there, right on the. There we go.
Right, you're pointing right to it.
So if one of them was me and it was my burp, and one of the balls is burping, that's the animation that I'd pay for. Okay, I'm just saying that.
It would look like
that's not
Tasmanian devil rolling and fighting. Yeah.
Oh, these are the ideas that we.
Anyway,
go ahead, Brian.
Go ahead, Brian.
No, I said that's not too bad of an idea. So, all right. So, what's up, you degenerates? What are we talking about today?
Oh, Brian, I want to start with you, actually, Brian. You went to an NFL football game. Is that correct, sir? You are a Jets fan who somehow ended up at a Giants game the other day. Tell me about that. Walk me through the whole adventure.
Yeah. Also, too, sorry. It seemed like there was a bit of a lag. But yeah, no, I heard most of what you said. Every year I either go with our producer Scott. Well, I either go with our producer Scott or former producer Scott to the Giants game, or I go with my friend.
We like Scott. It's just that we do it remote now, so we don't really need a producer anymore and in studio with us. It'd be weird to just have him like in our ears yelling at us while we're doing this remote, so we don't really, you know. Anyway, sorry. So Scott's a season ticket holder. I'm pretty sure.
If you're listening, Scott, go fuck yourself.
No,
that's what we say. Go fuck yourself. Scott. No, no. But for most years, basically, I had like two friends with season tickets. I had my friend Hal, who had tickets to the Jets. And he would take me. I have my friend from high school, Mark, who would take me to the Giants game. So I usually go to a Giants or a Jets game every year, and then sometimes I go with Scott. So I'm very lucky. Shout out to everyone that's taken my degenerate broke ass to a football game. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But this is also, I mean,
how many beers do you have, Brian, at the game?
I was about to say too, this was also like the Giants Commanders game. So like, I also kind of, my friend Mark would even say this, he kind of gives me the leftovers. Like, he's just like, nope.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
To go to this game, then like, I'll go to you. So like,
so you can always look forward to the shittiest two games on the schedule getting an invite. Yeah.
Right.
You're not going to Giants Cowboys or something like that.
Yeah. And like I mean, like the Giants made, I mean, the Commanders made the Giants look like the Patriots in 08. Like, that's how bad the Commanders were. They were so terrible. They were so terrible. That being said, the Giants defense is awful. I forget who it was.
Yeah.
But some dude with a long ass last name. I think it was like an African last name, but like he just complete stone hands. He completely fucked up a pick six. So yeah, but Tyrod Taylor didn't look bad. You know, Barkley got a touchdown. That was pretty cool to watch. I was in the end zone when I also sent you the other touchdown too, Mike.
Yeah. That was cool.
And just being a degenerate with Scott and my friend Mark in the parking lot, it was a good time. It was a good time.
Did the full Rabbitoh come out or not quite?
Titty time.
No. The full Rabbitoh did not come out. Although I will say, there's $5 value beers now at MetLife. They sell Busch for $5. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. Like, I had to ask this guy behind me twice if he was just like, like pulling a very, very mean prank by telling me that MetLife was selling $5 beers. No, there are $5 beers at MetLife Stadium right now.
It was Busch Light and what other did bad beers?
I think because the owners know how bad of a season this is for both the Jets and kind of the Giants too as well. It's like, do you want to forget about Aaron Rodgers basically like blowing his leg out after 4 snaps? Okay, we're gonna give you $5 beers. It's gonna be garbage. It's gonna be
Yeah.
the same thing.
We're gonna get you
that,
drunk.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same
Either
thing that
that
dude in his trailer
or,
drinks before he hits his wife. But like,
either that or they stocked up on it for the Taylor Swift show early in the summer, and they couldn't sell all of it, so they just gave the leftovers to the football fans. You know,
but
like
why?
that could be
But
the,
why would it? Swifties are not drinking Busch Light.
Yeah, but if when you
Okay,
spend as much as they did on those tickets, that's all you can afford when you're there. You know, that's all there is to
They're
it.
drinking like White Claws and
Yeah, I was about to say,
wine.
trust me, white girls, white girls that are
above 22.
White girls that listen to Taylor Swift are not drinking Busch Light. That's for if you're at a Toby Keith concert and you want to yell "Stop the Steal." That is
There you go.
There we
that
go.
is Busch
There we
Light
go.
right there. Okay.
That's true.
That's how it goes. So you're at the game and you had pretty good seats in the end zone. I'm pretty sure that's pretty sick.
And
So you ended up.
beers.
Did you pre and post game tailgate and drink, or did you just pre? How'd that go? Walk me through the adventure.
Just a little bit. I mean, my buddy and his family cooked some food, and we had a few beers in the parking lot. Nothing crazy. And I wasn't gonna drink when I'm, in there because I'm probably not gonna drink at stadiums anymore because just with inflation alone, like regular life is hard. Yeah, so like I mean, you're taking out a mortgage to have a tall boy at some of these stadiums. Like, like it's absurd. You're gonna need a loan. You're gonna need a loan with a good interest rate to get drunk at some of these stadiums. So I was just not gonna drink at all. That's why I'm sorry to keep harping on this $5 like value beer deal, but I was like, this is absurd. This is like the best glitch in the Matrix I've ever seen. Like,
it doesn't happen ever. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
never happened.
And by the way, shout out to the city of Atlanta, I guess, because Atlanta, if you go to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is like where the
you get a $5 Benz.
Falcons play. No, all their food and drinks and shit are fan-friendly priced. Like I went there a few years ago. I ended up at an Atlanta Falcons game a number of years ago.
Right.
And everything there was like cheap. This is specifically a problem to do with like the bigger market cities like LA, New York, DC, Chicago. They gouge every fucking penny out of you. Whereas I know that in other parts of the country, it's not as bad. I was at a Royals game in Kansas City a few years ago, and like a tall boy Vizzy seltzer was like $7. So like it's a New York problem. It sucks. I hate it, and that's I'm kind of with you, Brian. I don't want to spend $14 at Yankee Stadium for a beer.
But I think because I mean, like, I'm joking, but it has to be because the Giants are so bad this year. Like, I mean, it was pretty.
Oh yeah.
I mean, everyone was pumped when the Giants were winning, but like as you walked in, my friend's mom even was like, "It's a lot quieter this season than usual."
Yeah.
It was just a grim vibe. Like before the Giants started doing well, it was just a grim vibe. So I mean, they have to throw Jets and Giants fans a bone right now. Like, you guys had it hard. You need every drop you can get. Here's $5.
Here's some $5 college level beer for your fucking poor at.
Get drunk and forget what you saw here today.
And so I want to piggyback on what Brian just said a second ago. The Giants are bad. They're bad.
They are.
They're 2-5, and their only 2 wins are against 2 of the worst teams in the league, and they're both barely. Like, you can make an actual case that this team could be 0-7 right now. Like it's not inconceivable. It's not crazy. Like Brian said, the defense that was supposed to be great, really not that great. The O-line is just as trash as it was 3, 4, or 5 years ago. There's really not a whole lot with this team to look forward to. It almost, I don't want to say I'm rooting for them to lose for draft picks quite yet, but it is.
I am. No, I am.
Okay. Mike, you got some strong opinions on this. Hop in, please, by all means.
So here's the thing now. That is, Tyrod Taylor should be the starter for the rest of the season, and we know that's not going to happen because they gave Danny Dimes a shit ton of dimes. Remember in Blazing Saddles, we need a shitload of dimes. Yeah, terrible joke, but I liked it. But anyway, Tyrod Taylor is a competent quarterback. He got sacked 4 times, and why did he only get sacked 4 times? Because he knows how to make plays. And I was listening to WFAN the other night, and this guy was filling in for Keith McPherson. This guy EJ Stewart. And he was saying the exact same things I was saying. He wanted Lamar Jackson in the offseason. I wanted Lamar Jackson in the offseason. And he was just making a lot of similar opinions about Daniel Jones. And Daniel Jones apologists were calling in saying, you're being too hard on him. And a lot of people keep calling in the radio, you're being too hard on him. It's been 5 years. They've given this guy every chance possible. They've got the coach now. They got the coordinator now. They got the weapons now, and he still can't get it done.
They still don't have the O-line, though, and that's not his fault. If you're running for your life and never play, and you only got 4 seconds to get rid of the ball. And by the way, piggybacking on what you said,
right?
Tyrod Taylor has got rhythm, and I think he gets rid of the ball a fuck of a lot faster than Jones. And I'm not a trained football guy, and I can see it with the naked eye. So that means that there's some statistics that somebody knows somewhere.
But that's just the thing. If you're a good enough quarterback and you know there's a blitz coming, you're going to know how to adjust, and you can make a quick throw. You can make a quick play. And Daniel Jones is a scrambling quarterback, don't forget, and he can't evade the tackle. It's almost like they told him not to run anymore or something like that.
Is that a function of the fact that he maybe was misadvertised as a scrambling QB, or is it just because the O-line is that bad that he has no time to even think before there's 2 guys on him?
Yeah. This is what we run into Daniel Jones is whose fault is it? I don't dislike Daniel Jones as a person. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him fail necessarily. I just get tired of people making excuses for him. And that's what this guy in WFN was saying. Now, if you play Tyrod Taylor and they start winning, at this point, they might make the playoffs, but they're not going to go far. I mean, they could. We didn't think they were going to win those last two Super Bowls, and they did.
But that was a different time. That was a different set of people. That was a whole different set of circumstances.
But wouldn't you want a high draft pick at this point if you're not going to get Caleb Williams because there's going to be other terrible teams? Don't you want to draft the best offensive lineman out of college? So
they have been. That's the problem. They have been over the last 2-3 years, and it just hasn't borne fruit yet.
I don't know what is left for them to do. It just Tyrod Taylor just seems like a competent person, the class act. He even said, hey, look, I'm here for the team. He wouldn't say he wants to be the starter. Of course, when you're playing, you want to start. Of course you do. But he's not going to throw his captain under the bus, which is
isn't he significantly older than Jones as well? So you can't
really. He's 34.
He's not the QB of the future. You're getting at best 4 years out of him, maybe. I mean, for this year, I'm not against the concept, Mike, and I think that right now, because they are doing well with him, because they did come close to winning, and then they did win a game with him. Keep him around for a while. Leave Jones on the shelf, make sure he's 100,000%. Even give him an extra phantom IL or injuries or IR week or two if you're doing good. I'm not against that at this point.
I just don't think there's going to be. It's always wait and see with Daniel Jones. Another excuse. No, he'll be good if this happens. I think we're past that, and you got to be good now in the NFL. And maybe he'll do better somewhere else. He obviously every quarterback is in the league because they have the talent. I mean, but I just don't
30 guys.
Yeah, I just don't see. I don't get the apologists. I don't get the people what are you seeing in Daniel Jones? It's making you believe that he should be a starter in the NFL in New York, and he's going to take this team to win a Super Bowl? I don't see it. What am I missing? Please tell me, not you guys, but somebody tell me what I'm missing because I don't see it.
I had to drop him in my fantasy football league. I picked up Goff instead. Well, I dropped him a while ago. I dropped him early in the season. I picked up Goff instead, which, by the way, I don't know what is going on with the 49ers Vikings game. I want to check, but I decided to bench McCaffrey. And I hope that paid off because he was questionable. And I put in Mattinson, the running back for the Vikings. So I'm hoping that paid off because that could have been a very risky one. But I guess I don't know, Mike. I think Tyrod Taylor looked pretty good, he looked decent, but
he's not great. You guys, but he's competent. Yeah,
these are kind of just the same QB problems that the Jets have always had. We have this quarterback that's decent, but probably not going to be the future. And then we have this new guy who we invested a lot in, but he's playing like shit. I mean, that's that's been the Jets' MO forever.
All right. So you know what? We're gonna Brian, I'm glad you brought up the Jets because this week's game is Giants versus Jets. So we need to talk about that a little bit. We need to preview that game a little bit. I would say, I sincerely believe the Jets are going to win this game. It's going to be an ugly fucking game. Here's the thing: it's not that the Jets are great; it's that they're just less bad than the Giants right now. I think.
Yes,
that's my prediction.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I will get to that, but I just realized that. So Mattinson did pretty fucking terrible, and McCaffrey, of course, has like basically 20 points. So and
it always happens. You bench the guy and he's good. I hate that.
Every damn time in any sport with fantasy, that's how it goes, man. I'm sorry.
Never ever bench McCaffrey ever.
What is your fantasy's team name? What is the what do you call your team?
It's Aaron Rodgers Dom Top. That
Okay, that's good.
And I'm going up against my friend Hal, who is hanging with Hernandez. Hanging with Hernandez.
Oh God! So, Jesus Christ!
I see what he did there. That is pretty good.
Not Keith Hernandez, obviously.
Yeah. So Brian,
make someone cringe, then you're not doing it right. Okay. What?
Yeah. Oh no, 100%. No, I had a fantasy league name in baseball. You know the outfielder, former outfielder for the Mariners, named Mitch Haniger.
Oh my God!
I had a team called That's My Haniger.
Mm-hmm.
And some people in the league were okay with it, and some people DM the commish saying, "Really? Like we're gonna let this guy just do that?" Anyway,
it's not funny, Phil. It's not funny.
Phil. Phil. You have not learned. You have not learned from.
Well, this was like 5 years. This is like 5 or 6 years ago. This was when I was new at it. Now my names are just more punny. Than anything. Like this year, because I had Marcus Simeon, I named my team Simeon in Your Face, or Simeon in Your Mouth, which is much funnier. But anyway, so let's get back to Giants and Jets. As our resident Jets fan, Brian, how do you feel going into this game? Do you feel about the same as me, or do you think the Jets are going to find a way to jet and fuck it up? What do you think?
I mean, I think the Jets are gonna. I think the Jets are gonna beat the Giants.
Me too.
It was a game that I wanted to go to. That's the game I wanted to go to, but both Scott and my friend.
It's not a leftover.
Yeah, it's not a leftover at all. So I'm probably gonna go to a bar actually to watch it if you guys want to meet up.
Yeah,
but
we should do that and maybe film content. Yeah,
maybe. Yeah, where do you want to go, Brian? Let me rephrase that. Where can you afford, Brian, or I mean, what's
I want to go to the WNBA bar. Go ahead.
There's a place in
we'll get to that,
Brooklyn
by the way.
called Finn. There's a place in Brooklyn called Finn's Corner that has like free hot dogs. That I would highly suggest in Brooklyn. Yeah, I'll text you guys.
I love how I make fun of Brian for being poor all the time, and he's like, "Hey, I know a place where they have free."
Yo, you can't turn down free hot dogs, though.
Of course,
that's great.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I'll definitely consider it, Brian, depending on what my girlfriend wants me to do next week. Because I don't know if I can.
I mean, the Jets can always find a way to fuck it up, but I think just like full stop, the Jets are a better team than the Giants. Offense, defense. They're just in all ways they're just a better team than the Giants this year. Obviously, with the record, their record shows for that too. So I think it's going to be a win, but it's going to be a very emotional game. It's going to be considering that we're basically playing our cousin, and it's going to pit families and friends against each other. Yeah, it's going to be a very emotional game. So, but I think I think most betting people are going to bet that the Jets are going to come away with the dubs.
Yeah, I think
so too. Yeah. No, I was going to say I think so too. And
I also think it's going to be a game where they win in an extremely stupid way. It's going to be like a like a blocked field goal or like a fumble return for a touchdown, or it's going to be like something just real dumb. Or it's going to be like the Giants go for a 2-point conversion and the Jets somehow like make them fumble it and then go back and get the 2 points themselves and win that way. It's going to be something dumb. It's going to be something real dumb. I have a feeling it's going to be a Jets stumble into a victory. Do you agree with that, Brian?
Yeah,
I could agree with that. I mean, like we should, given how good the Jets are a better team, so it should be a confident win. But again, the Jets are just the Jets. They're a cursed franchise. Like it could be. I mean, it could be a very It could be a neck and neck game with like some of the dumbest plays possible and some of the dumbest mistakes possible on both sides. Both sides are going to make terrible, embarrassing mistakes.
Yep.
And
it's going to be awful.
I mean,
it's a mess.
How many interceptions overall you think are getting thrown in this game? Like 7, 5? Like I think there's going to be multiple interceptions by both teams. I do.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think Zach Wilson will throw any interception. You have to also know like Sam Howell, who is terrible, who like I just watched him like basically almost throw an interception to like a defender, like it might have been like cornerback on the Giants, and he couldn't fucking catch it at all. So like I mean, it's just gonna be the blind leading the blind on this one next week. So well, actually, no.
I'm with you.
The it's like basically someone with cataracts, basically leading Stevie Wonder around or fighting Stevie Wonder. That's basically how it is. Like the Jets are slightly better.
Yeah. I'm with you. As they say, Brian, in what's the expression? In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
It's exactly what we get next weekend.
That is what the Jets are. They're the one-eyed team, and the Giants are blind. So yes, they will probably win, but it will be. I think it's gonna be an ugly game. But yeah.
I got a little distracted there. I got a little distracted during the conversation. I was depositing my anchor check that the state of New Jersey gives out. And that's what happens when you vote for Democrats, folks. You get money back.
What's an anchor check?
Oh, it's free money. It's relief money the government gives you because everything's too damn expensive in this state. So they said, we'll give you some money back. And I got my money back.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I didn't know there's a thing. The only time I've ever heard the term anchor used for money is the term anchor baby. I didn't think Mike. I didn't think Mike had an anchor baby.
I don't know.
You're like the state of New Jersey is giving us an anchor baby. It's giving each one of us an anchor baby. Our very own anchor baby. So all right.
If that makes me a commie, it's fine, but I just got paid, so whatever.
Well, there you go. Happy for you to get paid. Speaking of people that deserve to get paid but don't get paid enough, we got to talk about the WNBA, guys. We got to talk about the WNBA.
75 cents to the dollar. There you go.
I know. Because we were legitimately last week making plans to try to go to a bar on Friday night that would have had the game playing, but they lost game 4, unfortunately. The Aces are the champions of the WNBA. The Liberty are out. They lost 3-1 in the finals.
Yep.
You hate to see it, but hey, you know what? Like I've said in this show many times, they're the only team that represents New York in the way that should be represented, which is actually fighting for a ring. So
them and the New York City Football Club, the only two competitive teams.
That's right.
At the moment.
That's right. Yeah. The closest thing that the championship will be in Yankee Stadium and for fucking quite a while probably. Yeah. So you got to shout out to them. And man, I was so excited we were gonna go because the only bars I had it on that I could find were like LGBTQ bars. It would have been a lot of fun to go with Brian and have him say to everybody there, no, these guys are cool. And apologize for
their
our
allies.
Existence. Yeah, no, like they're cool.
I would throw you both under the bus. the first chance I get, I'd be like, I don't know these guys.
These like, these stupid traitors.
Yeah. No, we'll probably shoot ourselves in the foot somehow anyway. So that's just trying to be cool and fit in. And like, no, guys, shut the fuck up.
All right, so that'll be the last mentioning of that for a while, probably. Oh, sorry, Brian. What were you saying?
Oh no, we could do that, but it was a bummer that the New York. I'm gonna be a New York Liberty fan now. Like I'm gonna be invested in the WNBA next year, and that's not even me. Just
I'm into it.
and that's not even me being like I'm doing this for equality and just patting myself on the back. Like I'm like, okay, they're a good team. Let's go. And it's probably the only sporting event that I'm going to be able to afford too. Well, my poor ass. So I guess season tickets to the WNBA for Brian Rabideau right now.
It's and it's interesting too because I've worked the last 2 Olympic Games and I've seen the men's sports, the women's sports, and then they do co-ed kind of thing, and it's all competitive. And regardless of who you're watching, you feel the competition. I covered. I had to edit highlights for a women's floor dancing event, and there was drama behind it that you felt because these two Russian girls were supposed to win and they didn't win, and this girl from Israel won, and like it could be a movie, and that's like how competitive it was. And this is like they're doing tricks with rings and batons, and like not even like sports like we know sports, just these floor exercises and dances. And it was women, and it was like edge of your seat gripping. You wanted to know who won. So it's a shame that the WNBA doesn't have that kind of feel. So I'm all about it. I'll go with you. I'll watch the games because
we're gonna go to Barclays Center. We're gonna interview fans after the game. I'm with you, Mike. I'm
you just got to get into
everyone
it.
thinks we're being ironic. Like, no,
we're not.
If they're gonna be the only team that doesn't suck ass in this city, we're gonna go and we're gonna have a damn good time.
And then you saw last year in the women's NCAA finals, the two girls who were fighting with each other. The one girl who was like the big star, I forget their names, which sucks. I'm a misogynist asshole. The two girls, and the one girl went up and gave the other girl the finger, and everybody
that's
got
not
mad.
Why you're a misogynist, Mike. You're a misogynist for many other reasons, but that's
but that, you know, the drama, you want to see good sportsmanship, but the drama, it's like I want to see those girls play in the pros. I want to see the rivalry. I want to see the competition, you know, so that there's a story.
Women, not girls, Mike. Okay.
What did I call them? Girls?
No, I said you say women, not girls. We're all like in our late 30s now.
Who run the world, girls?
Yeah. All right. So speaking of you know, I have no fucking segue. We're just gonna get right into the next topic. I don't care.
Yeah.
Brian, you're a member of as many people call the Alphabet People or the Rainbow Mafia. The NHL recently banned, like in the last few weeks, Pride tape. And I'm not like a huge, like I don't know hockey that well, but I guess some players were taking different colored tape and putting it on like the end of their stick to like show support for, you know, show that you're an ally. And the NHL actually banned that, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy because like if you take away like the fighting and the punching, like hockey's a pretty gay sport. I mean, like ice skating is pretty gay to begin with. You know, there's nothing gayer than ice skating. Okay, all right. It's also men ice skating holding on to hard wooden objects. I mean, like
true.
You know,
bearded muscular men.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
And they wear shorts.
Exactly. And I love hockey, and it's just like like it's so whack. It's just so lame, you know, that like, oh, okay, we're gonna, because they have Pride nights, you know, so like apparently, but now it's like, okay, you can only, I guess, do it on like this Pride night, like this. At first, it was like people that were like didn't want to do it, and they're like, the league's forcing me to do it, and now like the league is like, okay, we're gonna not do it. People should just be very hands off and be like, okay, we'll celebrate like diversity, but if you don't want to wear this, you don't have to wear this. If you do want to tape up a rainbow on your stick, you should. I mean, because like it just becomes way more of a distraction, and it becomes way more just about the players getting their little fucking like FaceTime, either to try to like ally up or to try to kiss their fucking, you know, hometown local bumfuck, you know, family MAGA pieces of shit. Like either way, it's just like it's such a nothing. It's usually such a nothing story to me. But I hope they don't ban. I hope they don't ban it. Let people tape up the fucking rainbow, and you know, gay sex.
well, they
it's not,
and that's the interesting thing about it, Brian, is that because most leagues are, like you said, like if you watch baseball or football, there's always a dude that has like a piece of jewelry or like maybe a sticker or whatever, or like something to honor a family member. The NHL literally banned it. They said like, nah. If you hate gays, that's fine. So do we. Pretty much is like this, like sort of the stance that they're showing with that.
But again, like they had like Pride nights, and they also had players that like didn't want to participate in the Pride nights because of their religious reasons or whatever. So I mean, like, but it's like, I mean, every one of these franchises are going to have Pride nights. So I also am like, don't force. Here's what I think: definitely don't ban them, and definitely keep like that option available. But like, also, even if I hate these like players or like their beliefs, like don't force them to participate, because when you force them to participate, then you make them kind of a martyr for their own bullshit cause. You know, these are fucking these are fucking overpaid mouth breathers. At the end of the day, they're not like, we're not paying them to like, you know, influence policy. We're paying to get drunk and watch them punch each other. So like, yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
and
yeah, I agree with you on all that. Yeah. No, I agree with you on all that. I don't see any reason to ban it. Let the players do it if they want to. I never liked, there was the story of those players who were using religions as an excuse not to wear the pride jerseys, and that's just a selective form of hate. Because there's plenty of other things in the Bible that they do that they're not supposed to do, and I'm sure they do it anyway.
The Christian angle is such bullshit, Mike. I'm with you on that, because half the time when all these guys, and not like, we're not a political show, but we all do have our opinions. How many times have you heard of some guy who's gone out there and says all kinds of crazy anti-gay stuff, and then like 3 weeks later, it turns out he turns up at a bathhouse getting blown by 2 fucking young boys or whatever. It's all the time. These guys are in the closet, half of them.
Yeah, they're called Republican congressmen and priests.
Yeah,
you know.
Exactly.
It's like the most hypocrite. It's always them that are doing this. It's like, you know, what is it? Who doth protest, or whatever it is.
Who doth protest too much. Yeah.
So you know, it's, I don't like that as being the excuse.
The lag on that was crazy. I kind of missed that whole conversation because the lag on that was so crazy. Like, you guys could.
We were talking about gay sex, Brian.
I probably would have been like, oh yeah. So.
No, we were just making fun of people. The people who complain the most are the people who turn out to be like in the closet, like these politicians or the priests.
Every damn time.
You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like all the time. All
these hockey guys who are like, I'm not wearing that pride jersey, is the same guy who's sitting there and he's like, what do you mean they're taking away the group showers after the game? You know, like that.
Yeah,
it's the same fucking every time. It's those dickheads. So speaking of protesting, there are people that are protesting in favor of it. There's this guy, Travis Dermott. I hope I said that right. Travis Dermott. He plays for the Coyotes down in Arizona. And for the opener the other night, he put pride tape on his stick anyway. He's like, fuck you, because apparently he's bisexual. Yeah. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna put this on my stick, and then I'm gonna fucking go home and blow somebody because I can. And I like that. I think that it's good to see some defiance. And Brian, by the way, you might have a chance with an NHL player. There's at least one that's bi. So I'm rooting for you.
I don't think so, but that would be amazing. Yeah, I like that you're encouraging me to shoot my shot on that one. So but
why not, dude?
I mean, listen. Like, again, I absolutely like good on that guy. I'm, of course, it's a given. Of course, I'm in favor for people who are like, if there's a ban. Of course, I'm against a ban on putting like banning tape, pride tape in general. It's just so goddamn dumb. It's just to even address it feels so goddamn dumb. But like, of course I'm against the ban, and of course, like, I support like people bucking the ban too, and like you know, rebelling against it, you know, because it's just so lame. It really is just lame. And
that's a good way to. I have nothing further to add. It's lame.
It really is.
But it's also too, like, just in general, when you like kind of and that's why it's also, this is kind of like a conversation, I guess, about just, and I know we're not a political show, but like just in free speech in general, when you try to ban, it's never a good idea to try to ban expression, because once you try to ban certain forms of expression, then you just make it more popular, and then you just make it, you have the complete opposite effect that you intended when you ban even stuff that I hate. If I tried to ban it completely, then it almost, like I said before, like it becomes like more martyrdom around.
It becomes underground. It becomes, you're not supposed to say that, and so it makes some people want to say that. No, I agree with you, Brian, 100%, man.
There's no reason to ban it. I mean, there's not much more we can say. I mean, we've kind of covered every angle on it. It's just it's dumb.
He's on the Coyotes too. So come to the Devils, Travis. come to the Devils, and then
Brian's like, come to New Jersey and I'll buy season tickets up on the glass. Brian, like you just see Brian holding up like a big poster board with his phone number on it right there on the glass. You know, Travis, call me. Let's do it. Let's meet at the Holiday Inn out back. Near the Prudential Center, if there even is one. That's a good place to end. Mike, do you have a brawl queued up for us this week to end on?
I do. Well, tomorrow, or I guess we'll put this out tonight. If not, tomorrow is the start of the NBA season, October 24th. Tuesday, October 24th. So I thought I would dig up a nice NBA brawl from the golden era of NBA brawls. 1994 playoffs, Knicks, Bulls. No Michael Jordan. This is when he was suspended or playing baseball or what? I don't know, covering up a murder. What was he doing, Brian? He said on one of the episodes. What did you say when he killed
Mike really going into a deep cut conspiracy on that one.
That's inside basketball there.
I was just something.
Jordan killed his dad.
Is that's what you say? Yeah, that was hilarious. Anyway, this is a brawl. Knicks, Bulls. Derek Harper on the Knicks against JoJo English on the Bulls. Let's just bring it up and let's watch it. So the Knicks have the ball.
Mike, what do we got here?
And this was the Knicks were so great. Here's Ewing. This is game 3 of the playoffs. This is like May of '94. Blocked there. So Xavier McDaniel gets blocked, and something's going on. Something's cooking. Derek Harper body slams JoJo English.
Full on twisting him around there. All right.
There's choking. Look at it, and this spills into the stands. This is ugly.
There's dudes getting their clothes ripped off. There you go, Brian. Okay.
John Starks and Phill Jackson kind of getting into it there. They're just trying to break it up. This spills into the stand. Security's getting in there. This is in Chicago. Those uniforms are beautiful. Why can't they have uniforms like that anymore?
I love how you bring there's 12 guys beating the fuck out of each other. Mike's like, look at the colors in the uniform.
I know. Who's the gay one here, Mike?
No, the uniforms suck. We went over that a couple weeks ago. These are great. Yeah, it's just fire, you know. So look at it. These guys, Luke Longley. I mean, this is Bill Wennington. These are Mason
Oakley.
You know,
Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson's pissed off. Phil Jackson has a lot to say.
Phil Jackson's like, keep it up, and I'll come manage your team into the ground.
Pissed off,
Look at that hair. Right? Look at the hair on Ewing with that early '90s flat top.
Fire.
You gotta imagine getting beaten up by a guy with a flat top. And then
fire. Bill Cartwright, former Knick.
Yeah.
I mean, this is crazy
Ewing,
stuff in the playoffs. You don't see a lot of time. Like you don't see fights now. It's like they scuffle, they break it up. He body slammed him. He put him in a chokehold and flipped him over WWE style, in the middle of a playoff game, and the announcers are not happy about it. They're yelling at Derek Harper. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Pat Riley is just wondering where he can buy more hair gel after the game. He didn't want to get his suit messed up. And, now they're just trying to keep everything cool. Let's see if I could skip ahead a little. Let me go to,
is there a part 2? Is there like another breakout? Or is it like a replay?
No,
what are we doing here?
Let me go to the replay. Okay. So, that was Oakley with the shaved head. Okay. My mistake. I thought it was Xavier McDaniel. Because I don't know. Anyway, here comes the body slam. Boom.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
He took the momentum and just used it against him. That's a guy that can throw down a little bit. I like that.
Yeah.
And I like how you have the ref grabbing the back of that guy's shirt like it's going to do anything.
Right. Is it Steve Kerr in there with the blonde guy? It's
and
little Steve Kerr. Stevie Kerr.
And the security guys who are all about 5'6" trying to hold back NBA players.
Why don't they get like retired football players to be security guards at NBA games? Now everybody's hugging and kissing. Anthony Mason. Yeah, Anthony Mason.
Oh, sorry.
Isn't George Mason like a college?
Okay. It's a college.
Yeah, that is
Anthony Mason used to get those cool haircuts. Yeah. There's another replay. Here we
go.
Yesterday. No, Anthony Mason.
Anthony Mason.
Yeah. Oh, this is the angle that I want right here. Okay.
There's actually a story about Anthony Mason too.
Dude, he takes him on the neck and just throws.
That woman went backwards.
That dog pile.
That's a nasty spill.
Good. Is there a guy with a clipboard just taking notes during this? Is that actually happening?
Yeah.
Can you back up by about 6 seconds there?
Put the clipboard down, buddy.
It looked like he was writing something. Like, what notes are you taking when dudes are right there on the left?
There's a guy on the
left side of your screen. Hold on. Is he writing something?
No, that's the computer. They're holding the computer from falling.
Oh, yeah. They're holding like one of those beige 1990s monitors. I really thought he was sitting there like scribbling something down. Like, what are you possibly writing in the middle of this?
Who's that guy in the Knicks? Look at this guy in the Knicks. He just kind of dives in the pile like it's a ball pit.
Like he did like the championship dog pile dive.
Yeah. The woman, watch the woman sitting down in the row. She's wearing the blazer with jeans and cowboy boots. See her looking the black blazer right there.
Wait.
Ooh. You see her there on the right? Yeah.
Oh, on the right. Okay, sorry. I was looking at the lady in the right side of the screen. Oh, wait,
courtside. Back. Oh, that is just brutal. Man. You paid a lot of money for those.
She fell all the way back too. That was great.
Yeah. The game came to you when you.
We don't normally. By the way, we were talking about Mike being a misogynist. I like how he points that out. Like, look at that woman taking a hit. Like
she was ready to scrap. She jumped in there. Look, she jumps out. She's ready to throw. Security pulls her out. She's like, I'm gonna fuck everyone of you up. I paid good money for these.
I do. Yeah. I see her jumping in.
She's gonna go full Karen on an NBA player. I don't know what money's on at that point.
Yeah, she ran upstairs to tell the owner. Yeah, that's what happened. There was a guy.
Dude, she might know the owner.
She might be the owner. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
It's a Jeannie Buss. Oh no, she owns the Lakers. Now there was a guy with a clipboard, Phil. It's one of the coaches, and you would think like, all right, put the clipboard down.
Yeah,
you need both hands to break up a fight. You dope.
Nope. He keeps the clipboard. Oh man, that is.
And then everybody was sent to their separate corners for a timeout. This was a brawl. Pat Riley again. Pat Riley looks like a hockey coach. He never looked like a basketball coach. He looked like he just went to a Jiffy Lube and he slicked his hair back. And that's
speaking of Pat Riley, and you mentioned the Lakers, man. Winning Time got canceled. I'm so upset about that because that show is fucking awesome. Anyway,
look at Pat Riley. Pat Riley fixing the hair, and then he fixes the suit.
There you go. There it is. That's a good way to end this off.
GQ and the That was great.
This is a good one. Ratings wise, really good one. It's gonna get a high rating for me, but I need a minute to think about it. What do you think? When you guys go first?
I'm thinking that
I'm gonna give it I'll go first. I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Okay, that's a fair score.
It was very violent. It was a brawl. It was like a basketball brawl that went out in this. It wasn't quite Malice in the Palace, but like it was kind of like maybe like a watered down Malice in the Palace. Obviously when it stands, there was that woman that wanted to jump in. Like she was either like an executive or something that like was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna pop off too. I don't know, like if I don't know. That's the type of confidence that a white woman listening to, and this wasn't around, but like that's like the type of confidence that white women who listen to Taylor Swift have. Right. Like they just get like it's like Popeyes with their spinach. She might have listened to Madonna before and was like, I can do anything. All right.
Pop the can of White Claw and
yeah.
She listened to Madonna before. Yeah, she listened to Madonna.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because this was like what the early 90s.
Well, this is the same era as that song by that lady Desiree was big. Like you gotta be strong, you gotta be tough.
Yeah.
So she might have heard that in her head and wanted to get up and fight an NBA player.
100%.
What might happen there.
Also,
I like that song.
Too. I'll say this. So yeah. I screwed up his name, but it was Anthony Mason. So Anthony Mason. Fun fact: when Biggie made that, Biggie Smalls, the rapper Biggie Smalls, had a song called "I Got a Story to Tell," where it was about like he hooked up with a basketball player's wife, and basically he robbed the basketball player, so the wife or the girlfriend wouldn't get caught cheating. So like he basically hooked up with the girl, and so it didn't look like she was cheating on him. He had the ski mask, pretended he was robbing her, and then robbed him. And it's called the song's called "I Got a Story to Tell." It's a funny song, but apparently that was about Anthony Mason.
It's about Anthony Mason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A little rap / hip hop history there. Okay.
Yeah, hilarious. It's just like wow. Like I can't believe like I feel like if you ever go to like a party with Anthony Mason and Biggie comes on, like he just might just get so salty and so angry whenever you.
Well, he died, so
anyway,
but yeah.
Yeah, well, he's dead. So and Anthony Mason is still alive. So who won that one?
But no, Anthony Mason is also dead.
All right.
They're both dead.
I'm going to go with 9. I'm going 9 is my rating officially. On the record, 9. This is a great brawl. The only thing that would have made this better for me is if that white woman would have got up and whipped out a switchblade or something. That's the only thing that would have made this a little better for me. But this is a strong 9. All the things that Brian said, I'll echo. It had the, in the stands, it had people getting thrown, people getting hit. The coaches were in it. Strong 9 from Phill. Mike, what do you got?
Yeah, I was gonna also give it a 9. It definitely was a brawl, a flat out brawl. This is why we've done Nosebleeders, to watch these brawls and make fun of them, because we have no class, and that's how we like it. So it was,
let's go.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, definitely a 9. Definitely the peak tough basketball era when basketball was a flat out fist fight every night. Even if they weren't fighting, it felt like a fist fight. That's how intense these guys played. And basketball was a lot better than, in my opinion. I hate to sound like an old, I don't hate to sound like it. Get off my lawn. Fuck you. Basketball was better back then. So there. 9, definitely a 9.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. That's a good place to end the brawl and the show, I think, for the week. There we go.
Yeah, we'll tune in next week, football, and we're all talking at the same time.
Wear your pride tape. And your pride jockstrap, if you have that too as well.
Just show up in a jockstrap wrapped in pride.
Just show up in a jockstrap all the time. So anyway, peace. See you guys next week.
All right, later.